Alright, we are entering the subtopic of different derivative of various type of function, the exponential functions, the logarithmic functions, the trigonometric function. Okay, this is the three function that I want to teach you how to derive. Okay, how to find the differentiation of all these type of function. So we start with the derivative of the function of exponential function. An exponential function with there is a function in the power. So alright, so this video I'm going to give many examples about the derivative of exponential function. So as the first formula under this one will be, if you differentiate, so if you differentiate an exponential, the exponent, so you are getting back the exponent. Okay, why is it this? So you have to study the first principle here. So by now you don't need to know about this. So differentiate of exponent to the power of fx. This is general, right? Can apply for any function. Exponent, this is a constant and this is a function. So it will be, the step here will be, you differentiate the exponent. First step, you copy back this function and followed by multiply by differentiate the function, differentiate the power, the function, right? The power function. So f prime x. So this is the first two formula. So okay, I want to show you how to derive this this type of function. So let's see the first example. All right, let's start with this example. So example 1. So let's say you have y equals to e to the power of x plus e to the power of negative x. Then it will be your dy dx. So you differentiate exponent. You differentiate exponent of x. Exponent of x, this is x, right? X. So you will get back the ex. Means that you differentiate ex, you will get back the ex. So how about if differentiate? Differentiate dy dx with respect to x, means differentiate each of the term. So differentiate this one. So the technique is the function, right? A function. So you copy back the function. Salin balik. Salin balik. So I salin balik. I copy back. Then I look at the power, right? Look at the power. So differentiate the power. So the power is negative x. So differentiate, you get negative 1. So you will have ex, negative positive, negative e power of negative x. This will be the differentiate form of the this function here. Okay, let's go for the second example. Right, let's continue with this example. So so you want to differentiate y, right? So differentiate y with respect to x. The y here is differentiate this whole thing, right? It's ddx of this whole thing. This is a number, right? It's a number, so you just write back the number and you differentiate the exponent. Differentiate this exponent. This is your fx, right? This is your fx. So according to the formula, you copy back the exponent, everything. Copy back. So 1 minus 2x, right? Then you differentiate the power, right? Differentiate the power separately. So differentiate 1, you have 0, right? 1, you have 0. Differentiate negative 2x. So you have negative 2. So overall, you will have negative 2 multiplied with 2, you have negative 4 exponent e to the power of 1 minus 2x, right? Negative 4 e to the power of 1 minus 2x. So this will be the second example. Well, let's go for the next example. Alright, the third example. So we are using this as exponent, right? There's only a single function which is exponent. So you dy dx, you differentiate this. Very easy. Just follow this formula. E fx, salin balik, copy back, first step. Secondly, differentiate the power. So now this is your fx, e fx. So salin balik. Okay, separately, you differentiate the power, right? Differentiate the power. So 2x squared, you're getting 2x plus 2. So your answer will be 2x plus 2 e to the power of x squared plus 2x. Alright, I will discuss more difficult problem involving exponential. So let's go for the next example. You try. While you're watching this video, actually I'm doing each question here. So I want you to try. Okay, you look at the question, then you pause it, you try first, then you look at the solution. Right? This is a better way of study differentiation. Alright, let's continue with this. Y equals to exponent to the power of negative 1 minus x squared. Is still very easy because it's just a single function, exponential to the power of fx here. So then as usual, so dy dx, I give many examples, hope you already understand. Copy back this. The technique is you copy back this one exactly the same, right? So negative 1 minus x to the power of 2, and separately you differentiate, you multiply with the differentiate of the power. So as you see that this power is you can using chain rule, is a composite function, or you can expand by using basic rule. But for me, I prefer using the chain rule. So negative, bring down the power. So I have negative 2, right? Negative 2, so 1 minus x. So the 2, you have to minus 1, right? The power have to minus 1, so 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1, you have 1, right? Then later, differentiate the function inside the bracket. So differentiate 1, 0. Differentiate negative x, you have negative 1. Complete. You have already differentiate. So negative 2, right? And negative 1. So you have 2, 1 minus x, right? 2, 1 minus x, exponent, negative 1 minus x to the power of 2. So, alright, this is the 4 basic example that you're applying this formula. Alright, now I increase the level of difficulty. So what if the exponential is in this form? Y equals to 2e power of 3x plus with e power of x divided by e power of negative 2x. You can't directly, this type of function, you can't directly apply the formula. So you have to simplify this, as this is a single term on the denominator. So you can separately divide this to this and this one to this before you differentiate. Or some students may say, sir, can I using quotient rule? Yes, you can. But in this case, you can try quotient rule, right? But it's not so convenient, right? In this case, so it's okay. So, but for me, I will prefer simplify first. I will simplify. I know that 2e3x is divided by e power of negative 2x, right? Plus with e power of negative x divided by e power of negative 2x. So I separately, I divide first. Now I apply the index law. So as you divide, exponential, same basis. So I have 3x minus with negative 2x. I minus because it's divide. So same thing happened here. So e to the power of negative x minus negative 2x. Alright, so further simplify, you have y equals to 2e, 3x, negative, positive. So you have 5x, 2e, 5x, plus with exponential, negative, positive 2x. So you're getting x, right? Negative 1 plus you get e to the power x. Now this is just simplifying. Now I want to differentiate this function. So let's start differentiating. So your dy dx will be apply 2. 2 is just a constant. So you just write back the 2. Differentiate the exponent 5x. Salin balik e5x, right? Copy the e5x. Differentiate the power. You have 5. So this is for this section. So for this one, differentiate e to the power of x, 1x. So you're getting ex plus with e power of x. So final answer, you will have dy dx to be 2, 5, 10 e to the power of 5x plus with e to the power of x. That's the solution. So please be careful about this type of question. So when you have this type of question, then you simplify first so that you can differentiate easily. So let's go for another example. Alright, let's look at this. So now I have teach you how to differentiate exponents. So you have to look at the technique here. So you see that this exponential function is under a power, right? It's actually a composite function. It's a composite function between a square root and an exponential function. So this type of question you usually be using chain rule, right? Because it's involving a function inside a function. This is an exponential function inside a square root function. So as usual, you learn the chain rule for the composite function, right? Square root is 1 over 2. This is the first thing that you should do. So you should not differentiate the function inside there before you look at the function. Look at the overall. This function is a square root function of this. So then I have to use the chain rule, or the power rule. So dy dx. Again, this power, I have to differentiating the power 1 over 2. 1 over 2. Then I salin balik. Salin balik. Be careful while you're doing this. So you have to remember that this one you have to deduct by 1, right? The first step, 1 over 2. Copy back all this, the power minus 1. And the third step is the function inside there. Now you start differentiating the function inside there. Okay, which will be differentiate 3. Differentiate 3, you are getting 0, right? You're getting 0. So differentiate negative 2. Negative 2 of this exponent. So negative 2 is just a constant. So I put 0 here. Differentiate 3, getting 0. Negative 2. So you have negative 2. But how to differentiate E3x? So you salin balik. You copy back the E3x. You copy back the E3x. Then you differentiate the power 3x. Then you have 3. This is complete, right? You have completed the differentiation. So now you have 1 over 2, 3 minus 2 e power of 3x to the power of negative 1 over 2. So here you have negative 2 times 3, negative 2 times 3, negative 6e to the power of 3x. Okay, now simplify the algebra as 6, negative 6 and 2. You are getting negative 3, right? You are getting negative 3. So then you still have e3x with negative 3, right? So negative 3 e3x. And this one is a negative 102, right? Negative 102, which is negative 102. 3 minus 2 e power of 3x. Negative 1 over 2 is actually equal to 3 minus 2e 3x to the power of half, right? Negative, so become half. Half is square root. So I can just write here to be square root of 3 minus 2 e 3x. So this will be the answer for this question here. So means this is a composite function of an exponential function. So you have to apply the chain rule first, alright? Before you apply the exponential formula here. So, alright. So this video, this is the first part of the video that I talking about the differentiation of exponential and this exponential function. I go for the same concept here. The second video also about the type of exponential function. Okay, I'm going to discuss how you're going to differentiate. Okay, I will go for the second video.